Om Namo Narayan. Dear friends, one of my viewers have asked me, how is it like for a person who is born on a cusp specific to the cusp of energy, that is the Taurian and Gemini energy, if you are born in between May 17th and 23, you are born in the cusp of energy, the Taurian Gemini energy. Now we are talking about the sun signs here. What are the things you need to look out for? What are the things you need to act on? And how you can use this energy and lead a better life. If we talk about the Taurians we know are full of energy, creative, are fixed in their opinions, and they are not social, always ready to accept any task. They are always willing to help you around. They are not really good at mixing with people. They like their home cooked food. They are fixed in their opinions and beliefs, not willing to change. But when it comes to the Gemini, we know they are playful, they are like kids, inquisitive, curious, always willing to learn, and very much social. And they have both the dual qualities, we say, of fixed and movable signs. So when you are born on a cusp, it means that you already have the qualities of Taurus and you need to move around like a Gemini. Now, this is a very difficult situation for a Taurus. A Gemini might act like a Taurian, but a Taurian cannot act like a Geminian. We should understand this. For a Taurian who is fixed in his opinions, it will be very difficult to become social, expose his beliefs or thought process, and move around with people. But in the case of a Gemini is always opening the book of his life and always trying to get feedback from the people around and continuously working on his life and making it better. So with these two different qualities, if you are born on a cusp, it becomes very difficult, especially if it is a moon sign cusp. Generally in Vedic astrology, we see that sun is related with the soul. So the sun, who is actually representing your soul, if he is in this cusp, then it is a little bit okay compared to the moon sign cusp, because the soul is something that is continuously evolving. In Vedic astrology, we say that there is a transmigration of soul from one birth to another birth. So it is continuously adding up the karmas of the past life. So for a soul, it's a very easy energy, I would say. But when it comes to the moon, or when it comes to the lagna or the rising sign, it's a very difficult energy. So you might have seen that people generally who are born in this cusp, during the initial part of their life, they have this energy and the enthusiasm of a Taurus, and they are not really willing to share their thought process or their plans, and they have a very limited circle. Suddenly, after a period of 10 or 20 years in their life, they start behaving like a Gemini. Now this process needs to happen naturally. What happens if we try to accelerate the process? let's say you go to an astrologer and you take a reading from him and you find out that you're born on the cusp, and the astrologer tells you or warns you that these are the situations that are going to happen in your life. Now, this is not a natural process. The learnings have to come by themselves. Learnings are always sudden and they need to happen in your life in a natural process. So, even if you are born on a cusp, you can lead your life normally. Just you need to keep one important thing in your mind, that every problem or the situation that you are facing is for your betterment. It's your karma in your past life that is coming back to you, and you need to work on it and make yourself a better human being. So that way what will happen is you are absorbing this energy of the cusp. You are accepting it instead of fighting against that. If you do not accept the energy of the cusp, and if you are not willing to transform yourself, in that case you will be reborn in the same cusp, and you have to go through the same situations again. And once you have imbibed that learning, you will be ready to move into the next sign. In Vedic astrology, we say that if you are born on a cusp, then it is your past karma which has landed you there, and you need to go through that learning and then prepare yourself for the next sign. The 12 zodiac signs are represented as a part of a human being. If you are born on the cusp, it means your learnings are incomplete. You have not learnt the lessons from the past life. So you are reborn in the cusp to complete that learning and move ahead into the next sign. In Vedic astrology, each human being, he needs to be born in all the 12 signs to complete the learnings in this life and then to be reunited with the Godhead. So, if you are born in this cusp, then still there are plenty of cusps remaining, many more to go, and you need to gather the learnings from all of them to go back to the Godhead. Do not be worried. Now, coming back to the horoscope of one of our viewers. This horoscope belongs to a senior lady who was born in Hamilton, Canada at around 9 p.m. on May 20, 1955. We see that her sun is on the cusp of Taurus and Gemini. So what does it mean? We see that if we take example chart 1 for her, we see that there is a lot of action going around in the 6th house, 7th house and 8th house. A majority of the planets are situated in the 6th, 7th and 8th house. It means that this person needs to go through the learnings of the 6th house, go through the learnings of the 7th house and the 8th house. The 6th house being the house of day-to-day mundane life, and 7th house being the house of spouse or life partner or business partner, and 8th house being the house of longevity. So there might be problems related with health, there might be problems related with the relationships, and there might be some sudden changes in this person's life. But that is the reading from example chart 1. When we take the Vedic chart, all these readings are going to change. In the Vedic chart, we see that her ascendant is Scorpio, and we have an even placement of planets in the 6th, 7th, 8th and 9th house. And what this tells us is that this person is very God-fearing, and this person believes in goodness, and this person likes to help all. Jupiter's aspect being on the Lagna, and then there might be some troublesome incidents in her childhood, but as her life progresses, we see that there is a lot of goodness. When we see the example chart too, we see that the sun is no longer in the cusp, and we see that the Mercury is entering into the cusp. So, how to interpret this? We see that when we take the sun sign chart, the sun is on the cusp, indicating that her soul is continuously evolving, and there are a lot of incidents in her life which are basically churning her soul and making a better human being out of her. So there is a lot of introspection that is happening in her life. But when we take the Vedic chart, we see that it is actually the Mercury which is going through the transformation. So what does it mean? Mercury on the cusp indicates that this person will have a lot of indecisiveness. This person will have a lot of problems communicating, sharing the information with other people. So suddenly the sun sign cusp is now mutated into a Mercury cusp. Now, this person can lead a better life if she learns the art of communication. Maybe she takes some training, or maybe she takes some classes. So what does this indicate? In the Vedic chart, we see that Mercury is on the cusp, indicating that this person is shy. She is not communicating her internal feelings. She is not speaking with the people, which is her fate actually, because when you are born on a cusp, you need to imbibe the learnings, or you need to understand that you need to migrate yourself towards the next sign. If you do not accept that, then it will become very troublesome for you, and you will be in a state of denial, or you will be in a state of confusion all throughout your life. But if you accept that you need to transform yourself and migrate yourself towards becoming a Geminian, then suddenly you will see that being born on a cusp becomes your strength. So, this is my short video on the cusp of energy, that is the Taurus Gemini energy. If you like this analysis, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, keep watching. Jai Sriman Narayan.